Hey guys, Chris with Hooks and Hammocks. Need to rig up a few catfish poles, so I thought I'd make a video show you how I do it. It's basically just a Carolina rig, but I snell the hook or knotless knot the hook. I think there's different terminology depending on what you want to call it. I call it a knotless knot or a snell, but thought I'd show you how I do it. So what I've got here is everything I need to get ready. I've got my sinker, my bead, my swivel, my hook, and some leader line. So let me see if I can get you set up here. Let me switch it back. So this is the main line coming from my pole. First thing we need to do is put our sinker on. Just bought these sinkers. Looks like maybe the hole doesn't go all the way through. That's fantastic. Let's try another one. Yeah, I just went to a local bait shop and bought these. Oh, there we go. That one went all the way through. Alright, so our sinker's on the line. The next thing we need is a bead. All that does is it keeps that sinker from beating the crap out of our knot when it's tied to our swivel. So the bead's on there. Now we're going to tie our swivel. And the way I tie this is I double that over. So I've got a loop. I put that loop through the swivel, just like that. Don't drop it. Okay, we've got our doubled up line through our swivel. All I'm doing here is just making a simple overhand knot. Like that, kind of even it up. Then what I want to do is put that swivel through this loop, and then just cinch it down. Just like that. Make sure it's tight. Then we're going to cut off our tag end. Just like that. So now what we have coming from our pole, we have our sinker, our bead, and our swivel. So now we're going to set that to the side and take our hook. This is an 8-ounce Gamakatsu octopus circle hook. We're going to snell it or knotless knot it. So get your hook, got our leader line. This is attached to nothing. This is just going to attach to our swivel and our hook. You slide this through the eye. I like to kind of just run it right down the back of the hook, hold it in place. Then I take this and I'm going to go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then on the 8th one, I just hold it in place. I'm grabbing the other end of the line. And I'm running it back through the eye. And then we're just going to pull that tight. It cinches up on itself. And we're going to pull it really tight. And then I'm just going to trim this tag end off of the hook. So now we have our leader attached to our hook with a knotless knot or a snell. And the reason we do this is circle hooks set themselves. So when that fish grabs the bait and starts to pull it away, it's pulling on the eye of that hook and making the hook set itself. So now we have to attach this to our swivel. So I've got 3 different knots going on here. I don't really know the names of them, but you saw how we tied to the swivel, you saw how we tied to the hook. Now it's a little different knot back onto our swivel. Got a little more line than I really wanted there. Try to keep my leaders short for kayak fishing, suspend fishing. Cut a little bit of this tag line off. Get it out of our way. So on this one, all I did was run it through our swivel. I'm just going to wrap it around itself. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Now we're going to get this a little wet, makes it easier to slide. And then we're going to take this and go through the loop that we made next to our swivel, which is easier said than done sometimes without my glasses. So now I've got that through that loop. I grab it with my teeth. Now I'm just pulling that down and pulling it tight. You can see it cinching up on itself. And then I'm going to cut this tag end off. And that, folks, is how I set up my catfish rig. So I'm going to show you, we have our sinker, our bead, our swivel, and that goes to our hook. That's all there is to it. It's just a Carolina rig. Maybe the way I do my hooks is different from the way you guys have seen. I don't know. I just thought I'd make a video and show you guys how I rig it up. I am using a pretty big sinker. I mostly fish lakes. I don't have current to worry about. That's a 3-ounce sinker. The only reason I use those big sinkers is when you're drift fishing or suspend fishing from a kayak, when that kayak moves, your bait wants to move. So you get that pendulum effect. And the heavier the sinker, the less it swings back and forth in the water. So it's just the more weight's keeping your bait down there where you want it to be. And that's the only reason I use these bigger sinkers. Otherwise, there's no need for me to use them. But I don't have to worry about current. So that's why I use these. But anyway, that's the rig, just a basic Carolina rig. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, see if I can answer them. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you next time.